Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon, and on Partner Talks today, I have a well-known dynamics professional, Vicky Critchley. Vicky, for those who don't know you, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hi, Rick. Nice to be here. My name is Vicky Critchley. I am the CEO at Truly SMB. People probably don't know me for Truly SMB. I've been in the Dynamics channel. I'm showing my age now. Uh,
On this
20
show,
years.
Vicky, you do not have to worry about that.
No, it's probably a little longer than, let's say 20 years, just to save grace there, but a very long time anyway. So always been in the Dynamics channel, and I used to run a business called Bamboo Cloud and sold that business to Paxi a couple of years ago. So yeah, Bamboo Cloud made us famous for winning Partner of the Year. We won it twice. We were finalists twice. So I was very proud of what we did there. And then, yeah, Pax8 bought my business 2 years ago, but I'm back now with a new business.
Okay, fantastic. And before we get into your new business, let's talk about where we were last week at Directions Las Vegas. And did you enjoy the show?
I loved it. I love Vegas anyway. So, yeah, loved being back. I've been out of the channel for a little while, so out for a couple of years. So it's good to go back and, yeah, be around. It feels like home. People use the word community, and family, but it really does feel like a community. So yeah, I had an amazing time and really well run. So yeah, really good. Looking
And
forward
I
to next year.
and I always find Directions special, right? Because there's so many, I'm going to say, business owners there that it's a different community than other conferences. So it's a place where you can go and really get deep into some conversations.
Yeah, we were back to back in meetings, but all with people who run businesses similar to myself. Excuse me. So yes, it was good. It was a good use of my time. But I think the main thing is it just felt good to be back.
Now, Vicky, you've got a really exciting opportunity in front of you with your new organization. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Truly SMB takes some of the things that we did before at Bamboo Cloud. So at Bamboo, we developed a method to make Dynamics Business Central specifically, and a little bit of CRM, more accessible for the S of SMB. So not really the medium companies in that. That tends to be on the smaller end of things. So we developed methodologies and IP that meant that we could deliver at a different price point and a different speed. And we delivered for fixed price, fixed scope. And we did that very successfully. And that's why we won a lot of awards for addressing that market. So the goal is to bring some of that passion for SMBs back into Truly SMB, hence the name, but to do this for all things Microsoft versus just one product. So, and the go-to-market strategy is to help SMBs realize the benefits of AI and automation. And in that, we're having conversations about how they could use the all-up Microsoft stack to help them get to running their business on a more efficient manner. So we don't want to be known as any particular logo. So be it Business Central or Azure or anything like that, we have all of those skills in-house. But what we want to do is really help SMBs realize the power of Microsoft technology. And the exciting way that we're doing that is where we're using the analogy of getting fit. So everyone understands that you kind of can't go from not doing very much to running a marathon, but running a marathon kind of seems like it's a bit, where do you even start? Like, how do I even get there? And it feels like AI could be that for SMBs that don't have a lot of technical understanding. They can think, well, it's for another day, or it's for somebody else. Let the big companies do this first and we'll catch up later. And I think there's a risk that the most agile businesses, the ones that can actually benefit from this technology, will wait. And we don't want them to do that because they're the ones that are likely to get the more exponential gains from it. So we're using the fitness analogy to say, let's not do big projects. Let's have small, consistent things that we do with that business, regardless of the tech, so that we're pushing them along on a consistent basis so that they feel that they're making incremental gains, so that their fitness level is improving all the time. So we're helping them dip their toe into things, take baby steps, but with the goal to get towards a better level of automation in their business.
And I think that's the right way to go because, I do a lot of user group work. And we recently had a meetup in Toronto, and it was a lot to do with AI and a lot of SMB customers. And, during the discussions, you could see them sort of sitting there, they're listening, but they really don't know what to ask yet. And then at the end, one of them came up to me that I've known for quite a while and said, you know what? I was really kind of worried and scared about AI and what I could do. And I thought everybody around me was way ahead of me. And she says, now I realize that they're not, right? And there's little things that I can do to get going and get comfortable with it. And I think,
That's the point.
That's the model.
Yeah, it's to get going. Don't wait. Don't let others get the advantage, the competitive advantage. It's kind of, but I think you kind of going at this with a big project to do full scale change in especially in SMB, their appetite's not there for that, especially for something that they don't quite know what that is. Everyone knows what everyone you think knows what ERP is now. So they get that. It's forms and data, and we've been doing that for the last 30 years. But if you ask what an SMB, what AI is in business, then you'll get very different answers depending on who you're asking. And a lot of the time with the scaremongery and the news, they'll have a negative point to say rather than a positive one straight out the block. So I think it's demystifying all of that, making them feel that it's not scary, that they should start now, they should start small, they should start with, and really adopting tech versus let's try and sell you as much as possible straight away. And then you lose appetite for these things. We want them to keep doing these things and having those incremental gains in their business so that they can understand the power of it by taking the baby steps, not the big project.
And I think there's a safety net doing it within sort of the Microsoft cloud because they probably already own Office. Okay, there's a lot we can do there. If they have Business Central or if they have Dynamics CE, there's a lot they can do with these products as well. That's going to kind of keep them safe within that Microsoft box.
Yeah, it's easy to understand because it's within their it's within their vision of what they think. Oh, you can do that, and you can automate that side of things. So I don't have to type that in anymore. I can ask this a question about that. It's not too far in the future that you're trying to explain something that's too odd. It's within the Microsoft state, it's feasible for them to understand it.
Okay. Well, Vicky, I want to thank you for coming on Partner Talks today because I think you're again in the right place at the right time. And this whole Microsoft SMB marketplace is just escalating, right? Very, very quickly. And I think the customers really need the type of partner that, I don't want someone to do a project for me. I want someone to be my guide and stay with me because this is not going to take 6 months. I'm going to be working on this forever. It's going to be ongoing how I keep expanding my business and using these types of tools. And you really need to work with a trusted advisor.
You do. It's somebody to hold their hand. We've even moved away from using the job titles of consultants and having them as technical instructors so they feel like personal trainers, that they feel that it's the people that are making you accountable for the improvements in your business. So yeah, we're really leaning into the fitness analogy, so that because everyone gets what that's all about, isn't it? It's a well understood concept. So I think we're leaning into it even with job titles and all of our marketing. So yeah, it's working really well.
Okay, Vicky, thanks for coming on Partner Talks, and I'm sure we'll be back to you in the future to find out how everything's going with your new venture.
Yeah, I'd love that. Thanks, Rick.
Bye for now.
Thanks. Bye.